Hi guys, Alex here. Welcome to today's video. Now, today is going to be another episode of Shook Unscripted. This is a tentative title for now. I just need to stop explaining myself in the beginning of every video. Today, I've got a couple of topics lined up for you guys. We're going to talk about the new video that came out today from Chantal, as well as a couple of questions from ALR's Instagram. And lastly, we're going to take a look at a new clip that someone sent me in regards to Eugenia. It's been a while since we've talked about her on the channel. Not much has changed, but every now and again, it seems like the drama begins again, and we're kind of at that tipping point yet again. All that and more coming up on today's video. Let's just get right into it. I mean, shall we? Okay, you guys, so for our first story today, I wanted to go ahead and talk about Chantal's brand new video. This one is called I Am Officially a Muslim Revert, Taking My Shahada. Is that how you say it? I'm not totally sure. Anyways, she begins the video. It is very like baby voice. You guys know the low BMI. That has been kind of like a meme in this community when it comes to the way that she speaks in some of her videos. It almost comes across as condescending because, I mean, why doesn't she just use why? It's like, why is she putting on this voice? It just doesn't come across as genuine. And this is supposed to be her talking about her religion, and we're supposed to be taking this seriously, but already just hearing the voice, I can't take it seriously. Now, she says that after praying to God to help her in Cuba, we have already heard this story like a couple of times. After praying in Cuba, she felt more at peace, and she just didn't feel at peace with Christianity completely. So that is what kind of led her to Islam. So in this video, Chantal says that she was going through a very hard time in her relationship with Nader. I mean, we know it was not a good relationship. Obviously, it went both ways. I think Nader is probably the worst one in the relationship. It is what it is. We've seen all of that transpire, and she says that God, sent her Salah, right? But we all know that the truth of the matter is that she put her own phone number or her WhatsApp phone number on her Tinder profile, and the first person to message her was indeed Salah. At least that's a story that she had said in the past. Honestly, with the music in the background, there's like piano music playing while the video is going. She's talking in that sugary sweet voice, talking about how much peace she has found. It's really hard to take that seriously based on what we have seen from her these past couple of weeks. Now, I know the most recent live streams were actually removed from YouTube, the one being where she's reacting to milk tea, the other one being where she was eating Shake Shack, and a lot of that live stream, she was reacting or streaming FFG, and they were like sniping, going back and forth a little bit. Anyways, I didn't see anything too bad with those live streams in comparison to other live streams that she has done in the past. Yeah, she made herself look like a fool. Maybe that's why she deleted them, but they didn't seem like they were against TOS or anything like that. She was just being Chantal. So all that being said, it just makes it a little bit hard for me to believe that she is at peace, because what we have seen from her, aside from these heavily scripted, which it's fine if you want to use a script, but she's pretending to be somebody else. It's not like she's a news anchor like we do on Girl Talk. I use news anchor lightly, but you guys get what I mean. I'm not like playing a character, but I'm not talking about myself. Whereas her in this video, she is talking about herself, and it just seems very contrived. To be fair, in the video, she does talk about how she is constantly triggered by drama and she's trying to live her life for Allah, but the drama gets in the way. And, you know, the old foodie beauty, well, I don't know if I would really call it the old foodie beauty, but she gives in to that drama and rages constantly in her live streams. Just a couple of days ago, I don't know if I would call that a rage, but maybe like a mini rage, a clapback session, if you will. So she wants to devote herself to this religion now. At least that's what she's saying in the video. I was just wondering, and so was a lot of other people, now that she is officially converted or reverted, I'm not sure interchangeably if you use those, or too much about this. I don't really know too much about this, but I know a lot about Foodie Beauty. I was wondering if she would have to delete her old videos where she is uncovered, right? She did already delete a lot of her more heinous videos, I suppose. She then comes on towards the end of the video. I did notice that this sit down section of the video was very heavily filtered. I don't know if she knows that filters are haram. I think people have told her that. I wonder if that's something she's going to change in the future. It could be interesting to see how things appear when they are not so heavily filtered. She says in the video that she is married, so she is confirming that. A lot of people still don't believe it. I think that maybe she had a loophole. There was a very interesting thing that I saw on Twitter the other day. Let me bring it up on my phone because I want to give this person credit. I did take a screenshot. So this is from Candace Bailey in regard to the marriage. And this was something I have never heard before, but it makes a lot of sense. They said, new theory, Foodie Beauty really thinks she's married, but it's because Salah is scamming her. I got this theory after watching her video, and she told Salah to explain in the chat how they got married. He just typed out the same vague statement they've been making. If all the documents are in Arabic and everyone is speaking Arabic, she's taking on faith that everything he is saying is true. He may be taking her to the courthouse for a completely different reason, getting her to sign papers she doesn't understand. This might get juicy. Everything is going on around her. People are speaking Arabic. There is no translation. She has to rely on Salah specifically for translation. So he could really be doing anything. I mean, he could be giving her any kind of paper to sign, and she wouldn't be none the wiser because she's relying on Salah to tell her the truth in this situation. What if he wasn't? He could make her do pretty much anything. It's a very, very scary situation. Now, that being said, this is just a theory, but also one of the moments in the video that was kind of odd to me is when she describes her upbringing in, I believe, Catholicism, which was actually my upbringing as well. She said that she went through the communion and all of that. If you guys grew up Catholic, you know what I'm talking about. And she refers to it as indoctrination. Let me play the clip for you guys. Let me know what you think.
I went from being born and raised Catholic, although my family was not really terribly religious, but I was baptized and I went through communion and confirmation as a Christian follower of Christ. But that was more just of a traditional kind of indoctrination, if you will. I never really... Christianity, there was things about it that just never really fully resonated with me.
For me, it's totally up to you what you want to practice. I tend to mind my business in that situation, but that is kind of like an argument against religion as a whole that I have heard, calling it indoctrination. So it just didn't make sense that she would use that word in this video talking about her taking on this religion. It just seemed out of place and a bit strange, in my opinion. All right, so in conclusion, in regards to this video, I mean, she showed a Quran that Salah bought her. It had English translations. I don't even really know what to think. Like I said, it's Chantal, so it's hard to take this whole situation seriously. But if this is what is bringing her peace at the end of the day, I mean, we don't really see that peace, but we don't see her entire life and what's going on behind the scenes. Is this a relationship that is going to be long lasting? I don't really see that either. It's her life. It's her choice. I don't know if she knows everything that she has gotten herself into. It's just hard to take her seriously. That's it. All right, you guys. So for our ALR segment today, we're going to be going way back in time, back to the Destiny era. So I'm assuming this was like 2016, 2017 was the time that she was with Destiny. For the past few months, this rumor that Amberlynn let out their cat, whose name was Gracie, and she ran away. It's been running rampant in the community, and Amber thinks that we should just let it go. It's baseless. Take a look at some of these Instagram questions in regards to the Gracie situation, and let me know in the comments down below if you think that Amber let the cat out or not. What rumor do you think is most baseless? I think the Gracie rumor is particularly heinous. And then Amber replies, that rumor is absolutely repulsive. Little dramatic. I'll go with that one because you mentioning it really reminds me of how angry it makes me. It goes to show that people just don't listen. Even Destiny said it wasn't you who let Gracie out, to which Amber replies, yep, makes me sick to think people would actually believe I'm that kind of person. And then Destiny, let's address Destiny. Destiny still said it wasn't you, way after you guys broke up. She has no reason to lie for you. To which Amber replies, no, she doesn't. She'd throw me under the bus for sure. So we found out around last year that Amber and Destiny were just no longer on speaking terms. As far as I remember, she still talks to Dana, who was the temptress that took Destiny away from Amber, but for some reason, Amber's still cool with Dana, but she's not cool with Destiny. So I still wonder what happened behind the scenes between Amberlynn and Destiny. What's the reason that she doesn't talk to Eric and Ricky? Because that was also brought up again recently, and Amber says it has nothing to do with Becky and Wifey Instagram fighting. But we know that's probably a lie. But regarding this Gracie thing, it's cruel to me, but so insensitive to Destiny. What do you guys think? Is it time to put the Gracie rumor to bed? I mean, we're never gonna find out who actually let that cat out. Meow, meow, meow. I think I'm gonna need a second statement from Destiny because I don't remember the first one. We just need the truth. Speaking of Amber, I saw on her community tab a couple of days ago that she was doing her weigh-in that day, and she asked people to do questions for her. Now, that was 2 days ago, so people were just left wondering kind of, where is that next video? What is it going to be? Will she give us another lecture? Will there be progress on the weigh-in? Amber got upset on her Instagram stating that people in the past would tell her, get weight loss surgery, get weight loss surgery. But now it seems that now that she is going that route, people have a lot to say, saying that she's going to cheat her way out of weight loss or something like that. But I would tell Amber, it's not that people don't want her to get weight loss surgery. At least, I mean, I can only speak for myself. It's not that I don't want her to get weight loss surgery, but I think that she really needs to work on her eating habits and things like that before she gets the weight loss surgery. Somebody asked her also on Instagram if she was going to try like the Dr. Now diet or the weight loss surgery diet, right? It definitely wouldn't hurt to start something like that early. There is dangers if you don't fix your eating habits. You go in, it's not the quick fix, and she really does need to work on more of a healthier diet before she does get that surgery. I don't think that she shouldn't get the surgery. I just think that she needs to be aware of these things. I'm sure that she is, because Amber knows nutrition way better than any of us, or at least Destiny, right? So she just needs to know, like, it could be dangerous. Like, girl, like, get it together. Get it together. She also said people wanted her to do outpatient for years, but when she did it, they didn't want her to. I didn't even really see any comments like that, but I know Amber sees more of the comments, her own comments, than I do, because I don't really read Amberlynn's comments. But a lot of people were happy that she was doing the outpatient. Now, there was some people that didn't even believe that she was doing the outpatient at all. I mean, getting help can only lead to good things. It's not the quick fix either. But I think her taking strides in doing something about this problem, I'm never going to down that, no matter what it is. All right, you guys. So for the last segment, I'm going to be talking about Eugenia. So TW Eugenia content, if that's not something that you can handle, exit out of the video. I completely understand. That's why I decided to put it at the end of the video. Every now and again, it would seem as though she kind of pops up again, or like the criticism increases to the point where it crosses over and I see a little bit of it. And that's kind of what's going on right now. Like, every few months she does like something and then people are talking about her again. Now there are the people that kind of watch her in the way that we watch Foodie Beauty and talk about her in that way. I do think that she has a bit more of a younger fan base than Chantal. So that is kind of a valid criticism I see, is that this is being watched by children versus Chantal and even Amberlynn. The audience does skew a lot older. Recently, Eugenia was seen flashing again. There was a short that I'm looking at right now. She's wearing a SpongeBob shirt, or maybe that is a skirt. You would think that someone who has flashed so many times would maybe choose to wear something that is not so easily flashable. I'm not going to show the clip in my video just out of, you know, a couple different reasons. I'm sure it might be embarrassing to her. I don't even know at this point if this is something embarrassing to her or if this is something she just does. There were people in the comment section speculating that she did this because she wants people to not think that she is wearing diapers. So by like lifting her shirt up and showing her underwear, you can clearly see that there is no diaper there. I just think that Eugenia really gets hung up on some of the wrong things. I mean, who really cares if she's wearing what underwear she's wearing that day? You know, I think that there are little kids watching this. Well, I hope there isn't. I don't really know because I don't watch her Twitch streams. So I don't know if there are actually little kids watching this. But where are their parents? That's all I have to say. I don't think it's her responsibility, although she does kind of lure them in with all of the like children's toys. It's very childlike, right, in her behavior. And that's something that she has in common with Amberlynn Reid. I don't think that they are as different as people think that they are. They are both very childlike in their behavior. I wouldn't be surprised if something happened to her early in her childhood that maybe led to this, what we see today. So here is a clip that I have seen. Honestly, this one was hard to watch. It's from a channel called Eugenia Cooney Twitch Clips, talking about rehab.
Hi,
Thank you,
I
Scuffy.
just
Grab
wanted to
me
ask
for
if you'd
6
consider
months.
going back into rehab. Your weight has clearly dropped, and I'm very worried for you.
So this is a very common occurrence when it comes to her live streams. You will see people leaving super chats or whatever you call it. I'm not a big Twitcher. Like, I don't even really watch Twitch at all. So basically it's a super chat. And people will tell her, you're not looking good. Like, what's going on? And she always finds a way to avoid the situation. I do think that it's her business. Let's let her talk. But it's hard to see something like this happening and not say anything. It really is just human nature to comment on this, whether you think that's wrong or not.
When you came out of rehab, you were absolutely glowing. I wish you could see how others see you. Love you less than
It's a little quiet.
Thank you, but no, I have no plans to go back to rehab. I kind of think that, you know, guys, like...
She has absolutely no plans to get better. I mean, that's what she's saying here. This is the way that she wants to be.
If anything, like, my weight and health and all that is just kind of more my business. I was getting out of there. I know, like, a lot of people kind of, like, saw things a certain way and thought I was doing, like, so much better and, like...
Yeah, because that's how it was portrayed on the Shane Dawson documentary. Now, I'm not sitting here and saying that Shane Dawson's the most credible person. Don't get it twisted. But that is the way that it was portrayed. And clearly, she looked like she was in a better headspace. But I know, like, that doesn't always mean that you are actually in a better headspace. I think I meant to say she looked better physically, but that doesn't always mean you're in a better headspace.
Whatever, but you know, like, just because things might have like appeared that way, it doesn't really mean that's always how things were. And I really am doing fine. Really don't have any reason to be going to rehab or anything. So yeah.
I don't know how anyone could really look at her and think that everything is perfectly fine. I mean, damn. I've seen people in my comment section over the years that say, you know, I check in on Amber. I'm not really an Amber watcher, but I check in on Amber like every 6 months to see if anything has changed. And for me, that's kind of how I watch Eugenia. I don't really have the patience to sit there and look at her live streams on Twitch. Now, this clip in particular that I just reacted to is from December 19th. So it is relatively recent, but it's not super recent, but I don't think that anything has really changed. People have been talking about her lately because of the flashing again. This situation, like, how long is this going to go on? Now, I don't think that the platforms should just axe her, because that is a slippery slope. Like, why are we going to be axing people just because of their bodies? Somebody could have a medical condition, and people don't really know if Eugenia has a medical condition or not, as in something different, not the obvious, something different. It's kind of a conundrum, but I think it will get to the point. And what's going to happen when? I personally don't think that she is like this super sweet, innocent person that, if you guys saw Amber's Instagram Q&A, she said Eugenia is just like super sweet and she still gets negative comments. I don't think she's as sweet as maybe some people see her. I think if you just saw the documentary and you just saw the YouTube videos, I can understand why you would think that. Now, that's not me downing on her, because like, I'm not sweet or innocent, right? We're stuck at the same kind of stalemate. I'll look at Eugenia like every 6 months and see what's going on, and nothing changes. And it's like, what do you do? There's nothing that you can do. And I understand why people are extremely worried for her and why they would make the criticisms, because after a while, it is human nature to get very frustrated if someone is clearly not doing well and they refuse to get help. That's the same thing that happens all the time when people are, let's say, for example, your son or daughter is using substances and they won't get any help. You get frustrated, and sometimes that manifests itself into anger. But that's not going to help the situation either. So, all right, you guys, that's going to be it for today's video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. And I will, of course, catch you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.